So once the candidate clear the interview round of telephonic, so definitely the next phase will be in-person interview. So in this phase, the candidate will be called in office. So if in some pandemic situation, the round will be taken on video call. So if suppose the we are calling the candidate to the office, so it will be an in-person interview. So what are the things we need to keep in mind while conducting an in-person interview? So along with the detailed technical assessment, communication and analytical skills can be assessed in an in-person interview. So in a telephonic, we can't see the candidate, how he is giving an answer, what are the action he is doing with his hand, what he is thinking, how he is thinking, and what action he is doing. So we can't see him physically. We can just hear his voice. So we all this all thing like communication, assessment, and analytical skills what he has can be seen in a physical manner. So let us see the guidelines we should follow while conducting an in-person interview. So first we need to start the interview on time, which is very important because time uh, decide how the because if suppose if the candidate has arrived and you are like late for 15 to 20 minutes, definitely it will put a bad impression on the candidate about the organization. It will directly affect the organization, not a person. He will start he the candidate will start thinking, oh, they are not so serious about the position. Also vice versa, if suppose interviewer come early and the candidate comes late, so the interviewer will get some bad impression of the candidate and he will start like the manner which he was going to conduct the interview will change. He will behave arrogant as well. He can. So it is better to be on time for both the parties while conducting an in-person interview. Next, greet the candidate well and make him comfortable. So definitely the candidate will be arriving. You are already in a office, so candidate will be arriving from his home or from anywhere. He will definitely the candidate will be traveling a long distance or short distance, but he will be traveling. He or she will be traveling. So you need to greet him and you can offer a water as well. So make him comfortable, make him be seated, and then once the candidate is comfortable, you can ask starting the asking the questions. So first ask the technical questions to the candidate in the context of the project mentioned in the resume. Mentioned in the resume means the previous project which the candidate already worked on. So you will definitely ask the question based on that first. Use a top to bottom approach. No, you should use a bottom up approach. You should come from down to up. So start with the basic technical questions and increase the level of complexity as the interview progresses. Take help of question bank in the website, or definitely you can take help from anywhere. You can get a questions like you can search in Google like top 50 question, top 10 questions, or you can prepare a question on your own or based on the project for which you are hiring. To make the candidate comfortable, you will definitely start with some easy question like difference between and what is. Then you can go to a medium level question, and then definitely the large, the highest, and the difficult level question which will be on business or project level basis. The next you will ask technical question on the designation to be higher. So like if suppose we are hiring a junior level, so we will create a different question bank for junior level designation. If senior level, if a technical lead, or if a manager, so based on the designation level you should ask a question. You can't ask a junior uh, software developer a questions of a technical lead. So that is definitely an injustice to a junior developer. He is just starting his career and you can't ask him a question of high granularity, like or high level. So keeping this all thing in a mind, you should prepare your question bank. So like suppose for example, oops and clean code questions to be asked for all levels. So basically oops is something which everyone should know, like because it has been taught in academics. But the design principle pattern related question to be asked on the TA level or a senior level. Basically what are the approach you will follow for this project, what is your design, what is your like high level of queries you will do for this method. So that's all thing I think which is only can be answered by an experienced person. So in a technical interview, definitely there are codings involved. So whether you are hiring for a Java developer, .NET developer, or a SQL developer, everywhere there will be a coding. Apart from only a tool-based job, everywhere there is a coding in IT interviews. So definitely you need to give a rough paper, or you can use the last page of the resume if it is empty. But it is better to have a pen and paper in place while conducting an interview. So you can offer the candidate a blank paper and a pen if the candidate doesn't have a pen with him. So you can make him write a code, because that can actually act as a proof that you are conducted a good interview and ask some good questions. And also you can just it will help you to analyze, like if suppose you have multiple you have taken multiple interviews, so you can just refer it again, like what is the answer, and you can verify it with your other team member as well. See, this is the approach the candidate has taken, so this is a new approach, this is a new way the query has been written, something new you will also get to learn. So take it as a learning phase. So make candidate right, ask some coding questions like how will you fetch top 10 records from this table, something, and how will you code hello world. So some type of coding question you must ask, so that a candidate will be involved in writing activity as well. Identify technology areas where the candidate has technical competencies beyond the need of current job description. So if suppose we are hiring for a SQL developer, but the candidate also has a good knowledge of Oracle. So if you have a good knowledge of Oracle, then you can ask 2 to 3 questions only for Oracle, not more than that, because you are hiring for a SQL technology. So definitely you need to give some credit to the candidate that you have. It will be important for your organization if you have a second skill. Evaluate verbal communication, formulation of sentence, and articulation of thoughts of the candidate. So this all thing you need to evaluate while you are conducting an in-person interview. So at every time you need to judge him on communication, because communication is very important part when when the candidate is higher and he was on floor, so he need to perform some client communication activity as well. So the duration is the important part. So duration of in-person interview, how much it should be for a second round technical interview. So the in-person technical interview should be completed within 30 to 45 minutes, or max to max 45 minutes, or between 1 hour, not more than that, because after 1 hour it will be like a hectic session, or it will just like it suppose bombard the candidate, like oh my god, it is going too long. Okay, the interviewer will not feel, because he will keep on asking the question, but the candidate definitely feel the hurdle of it.